Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I achieved this look of a double cut crease, glitter, glam, dramatic. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a double cut crease with your eyeshadow. So for starters, the first thing that I do when I do my makeup is put on a lip plumper. So throughout, this lip plumper is from Amazon. I put this on for starters so that way as the makeup is getting done, my lips get plump from the properties in the plumper. Next, go in and do your eyebrows. So for me, I use a pencil and I also use the pomade from Anastasia. So first I go in with the pencil, brush up my eyebrows, get that line defined, right? Then I go in with the pencil. I use light medium brown, or you can use dark brown because my pomade is dark brown. So I just go in and on the bottom of my eyebrow, I draw a line, right? It's a line, light line. I recently got my eyebrows done, so it's a little bit easier to see, right? So I got that line going. Next, I go in with the pomade to fill in the ends of my eyebrows because they weak. So I go in, dip it, get some on the brush, and fill in the brows. Brush it, make it look a little bit real. Fade it in, blend it in, brush it up. Just continue this process, and anything that messes up, like I messed up right here, you'll go in and you'll fix it with some concealer. So you go in and you do the same thing to the opposite side, right? And you're trying to make sure they're the same shape. I have eyebrows that are not identical to each other, so when I do my makeup, I try really hard to make them resemble one another. Brush that up, get that looking a little bit natural up top. Light to dark fade. That's like how I like to go, light to dark. So now that that's done, make sure they sort of resemble each other, Then next, go in with your concealer. I use this Tarte concealer. It's pretty good. I now use a different concealer for my contouring and highlighting. So this one is the best one for my eyebrows and eyeshadow base. So you go in, so you're going to take your Tarte concealer and use this brush. Is what I do to get a more precise, the edge is like there, is what I use to get more precise and precision on my eyebrows. So you want to go in and clean up anything that might have messed up, to get that perfect sharp eyebrow, right? I'm gonna go in and do that. Then on the opposite eyebrow, you essentially do the same thing. So I do notice that sometimes when you do this, one eyebrow is a little bit more perfect or neat than the other, but just like I said earlier, my eyebrows are not identical, and it's okay to mess up, because a lot of times with makeup there are things that are easily fixable, so keep that in mind. Also, if you're not a perfectionist, it's okay, because some people are not. So then you go in, you put a little bit on your sides and the top, you know, because you just want that precision, right? Same thing on the opposite side. Not too much up top. Not too much up top. Just go in. And that, you know, that look. After that's done, you're going to now want to go back in with the same brush, or you can use a flatter brush like this one, and, you know, even it out, smooth it out, so you can create that eyeshadow base. So you just want to, you know, blend it out, as a lack for better words. So just blend it out so it looks a little bit more natural. Blend it out, blend it out, blend it out, blend it out. Do the same thing on the opposite end. Blend it out, blend it out. Also, these are brushes that I've had for a long time. I don't really feel like there's a brush for a specific purpose, because a lot of times they can be used in more than one way. So I won't say you have to use Morphe 35 or Stila 33. Like, brushes have different purposes. You don't have to be exactly precise with your makeup, as long as it comes out the way that you want it to. So, you know, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Make it look nice and neat, right? Go back in, brush it up, brush it through. Brush it up, brush it through. There we have it. 1, 2. Boom. Okay. So now we're going to go in. This is another thing that is totally up to you. I use eyebrow gel to just keep them in place, especially because when you have powder, setting powder and other things, it could like shift your eyebrows depending on the type of skin you have and also the product that you're using. So this is a no brand gel. I don't remember where I got it, but it works pretty good to keep everything in place. So like your flyaways, any hairs that might, you know, not be in place because you haven't got your eyebrows done in a while or something, but this is pretty good for keeping it all together. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna start the eyeshadow. So I'm using this double-sided brush from Anastasia, and I'm going to start with this yellow here from Juvia's Palace, the Zulu palette. So for this, you just want to go in with the yellow, get a good amount on your brush. This brush is black, so you can't really tell. Go in and put that in under your eyebrow, right? Under your eyebrow, put that in, get that in there, you know. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Get a little bit more, put it there, put it there. Something super light. Next, I'm going to go in with a orange from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is volume 2, by the way. So I'm gonna go in with this Feeling Myself color. You want it to blend nicely, so you just go in there with that, blend it in, blend it up. See how it's looking? See that yellow and then that orange? Go in a little bit more with that orange. Even it out. You don't want to just put it on there and it looks like you threw it on there, you know? So you go ahead and you do that, right? So next, you know, you want to get this a little bit more dark, being that it's a cut crease, the first one. So you want to go in there and put another color that is going to make this pop and make it a little bit more intense. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Dance Party from the Jaclyn Hill palette. So this is the brush I'll be using for that. Just take a little bit and put it at the very bottom of this blend, right? So you see that there? Just keep blending it out, keep blending it so it doesn't look too separate. So, you know, to keep it making a little bit more sense. So then you can go back in with Feeling Myself just to clean that up a little bit. Clean it up so it's the way, you know, you desire it. And it's not too pink for you, depending on the look that you're going for, you know? So now, it's up to you if you want to go back in with more yellow. I really like the ombre look, so I try to make sure you see as much of the colors working together as possible, but without it looking too separate. So now we're going to go back in and make our crease. So because this is a crease, we want to make the crease on the actual crease of your eye. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it, right? The crease starts. So now that we went ahead and we put concealer on the natural crease of our eye, we're going to take a makeup wipe and clean it up. So being that my eyes are not really that large, I don't want my first crease to be that big. So, you know, you go in and you take the wipe, you know, you have it like this, and you just clean it up. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. I'm gonna go in with this brush to know and define exactly which part of it I want it to be that dark. So I'm gonna go in with this brown right here. So, and it's just right above the crease that we just made. So you go in and you basically mark that, mark it, mark it. Mark it, so you know. Take that brown. Go back in with the same brush and correct it. And I will tell you this, for any beginners, do not get discouraged because your makeup does not come out how it might come out for me, or it might come out for any other person, because remember, it's a process. It's not just gonna come to you because you want it to. You have to work on it, you have to practice, you have to try. There are things that I'm still not good at, and things, you know, that I have to work on, but it's all about patience, being patient. So now you just go back in, fix that, anything that might have, you know, messed up, go back, fix it with your concealer. And it's all in what you want, like the look that you're going for, like what you want, what you would like for the look to basically embody for you. Okay, so now that that's on there, you want to go ahead with an eyeshadow or a primer or even a powder to put over the concealer, because it's still wet, and even though it might not be wet, you just don't want any lingering or lagering or blending out of the concealer. So you could go back in with this color right here. It's certified and it's in the Jaclyn Hill palette. You go back in.
What are you talking to? To the T-Squad?
You go back in.
Abby,
Yes,
you
Dakota.
talking to the T-Squad?
No, I'm talking to the camera. Clean that up.
Hi, Tara.
Come say hi to the camera.
Hi, Tara. Hi, Tara.
That's Dakota. So you want to just keep on going in, cleaning it, making sure that the concealer
Abby,
is
that's all
dry.
there.
Just put it on that. And remember, we're cleaning this up. It's not going to stay like this, because I'm telling you, this is one of those looks that are extremely rough. Extremely rough. So please, 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 please do not get discouraged, okay? I promise it's going to be okay. Okay. So now that you have that concealer line defined with some eyeshadow, okay, you want to go back in with that darker color that we used to define it earlier. So we go back in with the brown that we were using, just to put it a little bit more above the eyeshadow you just applied. Okay. Go back in, you know, define that, give yourself some drama. But if you don't really want the drama and you just want the look, you don't have to go in with a darker color or something a little bit more burnt. You can just do whatever, you know, you're comfortable with. And some people might want even more drama, so they might add a little bit more of a darker grungy tone. So just go in and, you know, get that to make a little bit more sense to you. I usually do my makeup standing, so this is a lot for me. Go back in with your wipe, clean up underneath that defined line you created. I have very sensitive eyes, and I'm also left-handed, so I'm working on my left eye right now, so it's like super duper hard to close it. So bear with me if I look absolutely weird. So yep, that's what we're gonna do. Clean it up, clean it up, clean it, make it precise. And remember, again, it's all in how dramatic you want the crease and how clean and the look that you're going for. So my look requires a little bit of drama, but yours might not. So want to go back in with the eyeshadow that we put on top of the concealer to keep it dry. So you repeat that process, but be a little bit more precise with that because we just cleaned up the eye. Okay, so there we have it, the first crease. So now I'm gonna go in again and put some more concealer underneath that crease. I'm gonna go in with this color here. So now that we have that pink on there, we're gonna go ahead and add some more drama. We're gonna go ahead and add some glitter. So some of you guys might hate me for what I'm about to do, but it's also very, very, very helpful, and it could be better in some cases when you're dealing with glitter. So this strip lash adhesive works the same way glitter glue works, and if not better. So you're gonna go ahead and use the brush and get that glitter, get that glue up there all around your eyelid, right? Don't put too much, but make sure you put enough so that you get that fully, you know, together. So then you go ahead and dip it in this glitter. This glitter is from Amazon. So now that I went in and added a little bit more brown, this is how the finished look looks. But also remember, perfection may not happen, and if it isn't perfect, don't be discouraged, just keep trying. Okay, so now that the most challenging part is over, it's time for face. So usually for my routine, I use this J roller to roll my eyes to make them a little less fluffy than they usually are, because I have really poofy eyes. So now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of primer, and I use this Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So I have a combination of oily and dry skin, and the best thing for you to do if you have oily skin is not to use a matte primer if you have a not foundation, because it will be a lot of overworking of the products and it will make your face more oily. So after I have that on, I'm gonna go in with my sponge and my Huda foundation. I absolutely adore this brand. So I'm gonna take a little bit and put it on my face. I have some sparkles on my face from the glitter that I'm using on my eyeshadow. So just make sure that you can get as much of it off as you can. So I'm just gonna go in.
I'm gonna make you food.
Okay, go in and rub it through and blend it out. Y'all, I asked her to be quiet. Clearly, she didn't understand. A drop on the forehead, chin area. Make sure you have it on your neck, underneath your chin. So, okay, your ears. So, you know, you're all the same color. And just, you know, blend that out around your eyebrows and your makeup. Without
Tiani, Lucy, hi. I want one. I want ice cream. I want ice cream. I want ice cream.
now that that's done, you go in with this brush. I don't even know the name of it, but I know I adore it. And just smooth out your foundation so that it looks nice and even, because sometimes you may miss a spot or two. Bye. So now that that's smooth and that's even, you want to go in. So because I have puffy eyes and they tend to be swollen and look like I have bags, I go in with this instant age rewind eraser before my concealer. So I go in and put some under my eye, but for the final effect, I want to get as close to my waterline as I can. So I use the Juvia's Palace concealer, and I go in and I put it on top of that concealer, the age rewind. You know, get your nose, your lips, your chin, and that forehead, girl. Sponge. And get as close to that waterline as possible. When you get to your eyeshadow, be careful. Contouring. I use the Fenty contouring stick and my shade is Espresso. So you want to, when you do this, try to follow the lines of your face. Some people suck in their cheeks to get it as precise as possible. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I'm not, but for the purpose of this video, I will. So go in, right, your nose, just follow that path, right? Forehead, you want to get that nice and toasty, you know? And that's how it looks when you have it on. And your chin also, you want to get, we want to go in and blend it out with, this is the brush that I use for blending out my contour. So you go in, brush it, you want that line to not be as fine, but to make your face look a lot more chiseled. And so now I use this brush for my nose to be a little bit more precise. So I go in and I go up into the side, up into the side, up into the side to blend it out, right? After that is all said and done, we want to go in with our setting powder, baking. So I use Juvia's Palace setting powder. This color is Gobi. It's really tannish, tan sand. So you want to get a good amount on your sponge, you know, work it around in there, and then put it in the same areas that you've put concealer for that nice finish, clean look. Okay, go in. Right, so that technically is my first layer. I like it to look flat, but as if you can also see it there, put some in the center of my forehead, right? Then I go and I take more, a really crisp finish, especially when I'm doing a dramatic look like this one. So we want that to be really clean. Then same situation. Then for your cheeks, you remember how we contoured here, you want to do the same but underneath that line, so it'd be like this. Huda, and this is so going in with the Huda cream contour back into the same spots we essentially already went over with the Fenty stick, and you know, just want to continue to keep that brown toasty look, especially because I am brown. So I don't really go in that much with it, but the next step after this one would be the same thing, but on the nose. So now for my nose, I want to go back in and put the powder in the center of my nose. Okay. So we just want to continue to clean it up and have it like sense. I know I've been saying it a lot, but saying makes sense to me, if that makes sense. After that, you know, we've had it for a while. You can go ahead and dust it off. Use this fan brush to dust it off. Oh, I go in and dust it. Get it off. Because you have enough. If you do it this way, you don't have to do it this way for your face to be light enough without dealing with any flashback. I'm one of those people who don't usually bake for that long because I am not a fan of the flashback, tart, dry looking faces. So I use a reasonable amount and I don't keep it on for that long. So there we have it. Your face is contour the Avi way. So I might however go back in and put a little bit more on my nose just because it's not the way that I want it to look right away. So just go back in and put a little bit more in that area so it looks a little bit more chiseled. So now it's time for blush. So this is the blush that I recently purchased. I don't normally use it. This is new to me, but let's go ahead and see how it is. This is my first time using it, so I'm gonna go ahead with now I'm not feeling that, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this one here. So with blush, I wouldn't say put it directly here on your face. It would be more of upward motion to, like, you know, mimic contouring to make your face look a little bit more chiseled. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and dab that and also the brown. And go up in a motion like this, you know, circular but also slanted. Add a little more. Same motion, same motion, same motion. Go back and do it on the side. Same motion to make sure it's there. And the amount of it that I would like is there. I want it to be visible. So I put a decent amount, but it's literally up to you. It's all about the drama and how intense you want your look to be. Because this one is new, but it's not as pigmented as I would like, but it's pretty decent, so I can't complain for the price that I paid. I even think this was $10, so it's pretty good for it to be so cheap. But I'm gonna go and use the blush that I normally use, which is another cheap brand. I got this from drugstore Deals. I think Deals or a drugstore, I'm not sure. But basically, just repeat it. It's a lot. But just repeat the process. Then I'm gonna go back in with my contouring brush and just, you know, blend it out a little bit more, you know, so it looks a little bit more uniform. Now I'm going to go in and put some eyeshadow under my eyes. Next for me is to get this powder off of my nose in hopes that my nose is as chiseled as I would like. So take that off, and it is. So last but certainly not least is highlight. I use a combination of this Stila that I've had since high school, this Juvia's Palace highlight, and Fenty. And I use my Stila brush blush to apply. Today I want super dramatic, so I'm gonna go ahead and first use the Juvia's palettes. So you just take some on the bigger side of the brush and apply it to the top of your cheekbone. I'm gonna go in, add a splash to the ball of your nose, and then flip to the other side and go down the bridge of your nose, but not fully. Okay. Then we wanna add some to our top lip. And then a splash to the forehead, the center. Yeah, we got super duper golden highlighted look. So I just like to go in and rub it out a little with my hand so it doesn't look so put together in there. Rub it out. But then I go back in with the Fenty and I just use a splash because this is super duper pigmented. Just a splash. Just a little tiny bit. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and spray our setting spray because our look is complete, and you want to spray your setting spray before you put on any lips that you're going to do. So this is a Versali setting spray, and this is the Rose Gold Skin Mist. You can use this as a setting spray or just a moisturizer for your skin because it's really good. It gives you that nice dewy glowy look, and that's perfect for summer. So, and then there we have it. And there we have it. A complete look that is dramatic but also subtle. Thanks you guys for watching. If you have any other things that you would like for me to share and show you, I'd be happy to. But the final look.